Good morning, guys. Back at you with some more City Skylines 2. Working to see if we can get to 1 million population in the new Economy 2.0 patch. Go ahead and have some fun.
I'm recalling the Manhattan case.
I have to say, so far, I'm liking the new patch. I am. It's actually making the game reasonably difficult to play. Now, that being said, I did let it run a little bit so I could get some money to purchase a few items
Included some facts.
yesterday.
Fairly important case.
This is an emergency
Happened while it
all citizens.
So there must have been some
Rescue service reports that fires are
Volume
currently
spread.
spreading in the nearby forest. The billowing clouds of smoke pose a serious
Volume
health
spread.
risk to anyone.
You might say to yourself,
At
Lesson
this
is fine.
time, all citizens in the affected area are instructed to immediately move to a safe distance until the situation is under control.
Apparently the Supreme Court, you can't introduce evidence. Even I would say, I think if Democrats found that part sketchy, I'd have to say, I'm going to listen to that argument. That you can't even use evidence. The president who confirmed that they committed. Right to you? Yes, I like the here. That doesn't feel right. So if I'll listen to that. But I can also see what our lawyer did about it. I feel like if I were here, I'd be saying, oh, well, actually, here's the thing. You have to. Back the president to death, making him give up it. Oh, okay. All right, I suppose that would be the argument. All right, so I don't know that, but I can say. And there's the January.
There we go.
Jeffrey Toobin was on CNN saying that is that yanked.
But
Okay, you knew I was going to. Don't act surprised. Don't act surprised. You heard me say Toobin. Knew I wasn't going to let it alone. So it looks like as big victory. Looks like Trump's going to have something like a clean sweep, meaning that nothing in the lawfare.
there we go.
Will how much it will linger.
Okay.
Like it's not going to stop them from. It's Mike, but not. Biden says that they have some polls circulating.
That's what I wanted.
Showing that it didn't change after the. His date after this brain was off. No, I don't believe it. Like a thing. Covering that, there's a Hampshire poll.
Get on your mat, Chiron.
There's a 12-point swing to the now add where I think he. All right, here's another know the players. When was the last time you saw Steve and who's the other one? Steve. They drag those guys out. You know, when something important. So they're sort of like the pundits under glass, bring them out into something. But in this case, Carl Bernstein said that based on the see that there have been 15 to 20 occasions where Trump Biden, like he just 15 to 20 where there's been an ongoing, a lot of people noticing, don't well understood by the entire inside, every insider knew it. A lot of people who saw him in person knew it. 15 to 20 observations. Well, I guess so. Imagine how many there were that we knew. If reporting can kick up to 20, how many were there? Probably every night. Probably every night you was. So even Carl Bernstein and even not buying it. If CNN were trying to back Biden, it would be fine. They're definitely not backing him. And now imagine if River saw 50 on the occasion of Biden's just Jill seen. So how about what Jill has seen and keeps. Now you say it's elder abuse. Get that argument. But I wonder if it's persistent. I wonder if it's the dark triad. Because it feels what's missing here is gaslight. What is got a woman percent gaslighting the world about something? Who does that? Who gaslights you? You can see with your own eyes. Tells you it's not. Only narcissists. Not political. Only. Also the others. Narcissists. Lack of empathy. What are all of us about how Jill is treating her husband? Looks like easy lack. Doesn't seem like behavior at all. Lack of empathy. And somebody with empathy would preserve what's left. No, so you're gaslighting right in front of us. Why not just say it's the opposite? Why are we saying that's political? Likes the light. Well, people say she likes the light. So basically, every getting is yeah. Every time you call this politics, you're on the wrong page. This isn't politics. Gaslight. Dark triad behavior, and we're the victim. Well, Bernstein, I was giving a talk. Even more just said it. Got so stiff, bring a chair and everything. And Bernstein is telling Anderson Cooper this. Anderson Cooper had to pretend he didn't know. Now, I would like to nominate Anderson for the best actor on television. Anything you didn't know. Now, Anderson Cooper, I don't think is being probably just typical or lying, something ordinary.
The project is a Operation Mockingbird asset.
Simone Sanders. advisor. She says that Biden should go to town. Okay. She thinks the answer here is Biden should out more and do. Is the answer. So, how stupid is that? I can't even tell if running a prank. This sounds like it's even real. It is when someone says something. Be alive. Because you can front.
Alright, let's go ahead and save real quick.
You know that's not the right answer. You
Buy a
know
couple
that
new
putting it in front of
tiles.
the public is definitely the wrong answer. Political expert. It's the right.
Yeah, that does. Okay. Not bad.
Remember
Not great, but not bad.
your historical head on. Do you remember a time I would be mocked mercilessly in public for acting like I knew more than the next? Do you have a memory of that? Not a lot. Maybe it's because I'm a narcissist myself. But on a number of occasions, I've told you, yeah, the experts. And you all said this. Expert. Scientists, more than the political expert, more than the lawyer. That's just insane. It was like a long time ago, though. Let me give you a little update about person. You can play too. Play you versus. Yeah, you did. Let's see. Biden's mentioned White House. That you did. To the White House doctor, the medical school must do it. Doctor. White House doctor is the closest to the information. Best information. And you narcissist, you thought you knew more. White House, I think you know more than you. Because you did. We don't know why the White House doctor. We don't know why. Gaslit. I blackmail. I don't know. No idea. All I know for sure is you got the right fucking answer. You know you did. Then you looked at some political experience. Political experience. You just watched her give the worst advice maybe in the history of politics. Did you say to yourself, that's the one? You want to be set. You want to put by. Did you or did you not beat the expert? You're 2 for 2. You beat the White House doctor. You beat one of the top Democrat political analysts. Good for you. Eric Holder analysis with the other. Do that would be able to your SEAL Team 6 on it. Okay, fine. Did you say that's probably true? Or did you say, well, I don't know much about the law? No, that's not true. I do. I'm no legal expert. But did I beat Supreme Court Justice? Yes, I did. Unambiguously. My opinion. better than justice, and I will die on that hill. Because of course he would, even if just admired. No, I think that most of you got that one. Right. Are you 3 for 3? You beat the White House doctor. You beat us 3. You are amazing. And we're not like you, who unlock. These are people who study journalism here for years, and only the best of the best. So, you wouldn't want to be such a narcissist. Like, understand who is better. Right? Except that all of these professionals, at least left, didn't notice the fine. Didn't notice Biden's mental health. Not both of them, didn't you? Telling you, come on, don't be modest. And people. You did. You knew that. And you knew Biden's brain has been shot full. Good for you. A house doctor, but we haven't got to the science. The scientist told you to wear a mask to warmer would be better. That's in fact. What did you say? Well, we won't get into all the details. I'm going to say those answers. Awesome. Say, anybody raise your hand and say, yeah. The expert. Your A's. I think you beat the expert. But climate change. No, we don't judge. And you have the experts real. You say something like, I think they can measure the temperature with the heat. And I'm pretty sure there's no such variable. And if I say that the models are really transferably up, even if somewhat people, it still means that that's unrelated to the function of what. Of course, there we can't do that. We can't measure the temperature of the Earth everywhere. All been bullshit. So, be science, maybe climate. In your opinion, did you beat the experts? Political experts, medical experts, press. It's this science. Beat it like crazy. Now, we make an agreement. Next time, I doubt the expert. If you're starting a subject, I know more. Because you do it every day. You in the meeting the experts regular basis. We all are. That's so common. It's nothing to brag about.
Expert at persuasion.
Well, there's a new story that transcripts. What the subject were, he was there. But I don't know if this is any new news, because we were already aware of brief time when they knew each other. That something happened where so you can make something out of it, but there's not any real contacts. Nothing new. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our comments. Distress you to mind you, if you want to send an audience, don't would come. And thanks for joining YouTube and Rumble and platforms.
Excuse me. Excusez-moi.
Downward spiral for donors turning on him. Obama reported on an open convention at the meaning anyone could nominate whoever they want, despite the fact that Joe Biden won the primaries. You now have Bill Maher calling for an open primary. Donors saying they are going to pull the plug unless Joe Biden drops out. Indeed, ladies and gentlemen, you know I am the staunchest Joe Biden supporters. He is firm, strong, capable, and he is sharp as ever. That's why I support Joe Biden as the nominee for this. And I will call your viewers, please lend your voices and the honor and dignity. I don't want to see him drop out. I want Democrats to reap what they have sown. And when they said it was cheap fakes, we were criticizing the Democratic establishment trying to run Joe Biden. They said we were sharing cheap fakes. Hold on. It's a week before the debate. And now the debate happens, and they're spitting and yelling and screaming, saying they want to get rid of Joe Biden. Hey, look, fine, whatever. I don't care what. I think the most important thing that we can do, especially going into, well, coming out of 20, whatever you think, the important thing is going to be organizing, knocking on doors, calling people, getting active, recommend, reaching out to, I don't know, a local, I don't even want to say Republican, because there's a lot of bad Republicans. You want to find good America First populist types. You want to reach out, I mean, maybe you reach out to Scott Pressler. I don't know. I'm saying that's the kind of stuff we want. And I'm sure that local office, voter registration, new voters, Donald Trump is in front. I am not going to sit here, I ever. Hey, Trump is the best, he's got everyone. Now, Trump doesn't look that thing, but you imagine that. And I've been thinking a lot about this, because it wasn't until the end of 2020 I said I'd vote for Donald. And it was, you cannot come out criticizing these things done by Democrats and praising all the good things done, and then not support. I was Trump's supporter. No. C+, C-, passing grade. It may even be E-. Think of it. First time in my life I saw it. In peace. I mean, I can't say much. Obvious. Negotiating peace with Abraham Accord. I mean, I think these things are true. Trump also had advisors who hired bad people. The reality is, the economy was good. I'm not going to blame Trump or Biden for it. And everybody wants a stupid. Well, Donald Trump did the lot. Oh, that was governors. You can blame the governors. Blame Paul. That guy killed 50. The issue with COVID is you can pick it, and everyone's going. So it's a move. A lot of people are saying Fauci. Biden people say Trump, and I'm just like, let's put that one aside. Pre-COVID, the economy was under Joe Biden. The economy, sure, Joe Biden had a COVID period. Donald Trump had a COVID period. I don't care. What I care about is that inflation skyrocketed. That he's defying the Supreme Court. He's acting like a dictator. He's at a rally saying the Supreme Court says I cannot forgive loans. I did it anyway. That's the wildest thing. Trump's a dictator. He's going to be a dictator. You can't vote for him. I'm like, what do you do? Heaven help me. He didn't even stop the riots. Joe Biden buys. Joe Biden's DNA is trying to put his political rival in prison. Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Biden's in trouble. Daily Mail says key Democrat donors threaten to run. Biden doesn't resign. As furious party insiders reveal worst fears about alien president have now been confirmed. How stupid do you know? Democrat donor. You're trying to figure out a way you can flush money down. I got a suggestion. Donate to Biden's campaign. That money right now. Amid Democratic uproar over President Joe Biden's shockingly late performance Thursday night appears to be turning into a bolt. Biden's own good and for the immediately. Major Democratic donor and former hedge fund manager. Now, the fact that it's now been 3 days, Biden has done nothing to reassure us confirm. Wilson has given the party more than $300,000 in years. Days into the president struggled to hold his train of thought and tailed off a mid-answer into incomprehensible gibberish to big benefactor. Saturday, Biden appeared at a New York fundraiser in, let's see, Long Island beach town. According to one attendee, read a simple 15-minute speech of a teleprompter before leaving without questions. Doing that for the next 5 months is not going to fundraiser get pressing. Biden's understandably anxious support of reassurance is capable of being Donald Trump in November. But later on Saturday night, Democratic National Committee Chairman Janie Harrison and Biden campaign manager Julie Chavez Rodriguez only further concerns on a conference call with wavering DNC members. All into a rah-rah speech, said John Berneo, party member from North Carolina. And the call organizers failed to address the room, namely Biden's inability to speak clearly. Other DNC members went further than Berneo. Some said they gaslighted by campaign officials in the call seemed to deny there was anything to be concerned about. The official team Biden line appears to be nothing to see here. On every metric that matters, data shows the debate did nothing to change the American people's perception. Jen O'Malley Dillon, chair of the Biden-Harris 2024 campaign, insisted in a memo released this weekend. I love it! The question then is, do they think we are stupid? Yes! Because you are stupid! I got a question for you. If you didn't eat breakfast yesterday, how would you have felt? Also, Jack Scheherazade was an IQ test. Stories.
But I did eat breakfast.
That meme, didn't eat breakfast yesterday, how would you have felt? Is this meme where people can't understand. Within the meme is the statement lower IQ people and recursion. And so, as there is, you ask someone, write me a story about two, at least. Next question. Write me a story, characters, each having at least one line of dialogue where one character tells the other character's story. Two characters have at least one dialogue. You see where we're going. And people, you reportedly cannot handle stories of its Scheherazade was an idea. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I love this so much. I give you 538. 538. Ain't no Trump supporting aggregator. But let's play a game. Let's count all of the
Let's play a game.
Post-debate, and let's see how many Trump won. Cue the music. I wish I had music. Okay, so we've got, I'm not going to include Patriot polling. It starts June 27th, the debate. So you've got Morning Council, Trump. Got surveys say Trump, Morning Trump. Data in progress, Trump. Another data in progress for Trump.
Yeah.
Another one for Trump. That's 10. Trump, 12. Looks like 12 polls benefiting Trump. Okay, to be fair, half of those just from data. And they're all different. They're up against a bunch of. Let's just do this. Post-debate poll. Trump v. Biden only. Not where just Trump is winning. For progress as Trump. Then have Survey USA. We have Council. And I'm not going to use. Oh, I'm sorry. And we've got Morning Council with Biden. Biden was up by 1 according to Morning Council. So let's say about 4. 538. Let's take a look at the clear average. Oh no, this is the. I don't want betting. No, we do want betting on. Biden's actually approved. But that's fine. You're gonna bet. There's value bets to be made. You know what I mean? You don't want to. All right, let's take a look at the aggregate polling from. Oh my crap! Trump is up 2.3. I did not expect that. I could be up. We're taking a look at the latest polls.
I did not turn international
and
pressure.
see where Donald Trump is at. And so it starts with data for progress with, we know, Survey USA, Trump. I'm sorry, they're all Trump. Amazing. Real Clear Politics aggregate polling, post-debate, only shows Trump up. 3 points, 2 points, 1.4. They think you are stupid, Democrats. I saw this interview. Sources close to Biden report marked instant cognitive decline. Bernstein. There have been 15 to 20 occasions in the last year and a half the president has appeared somewhat as he at home at we witnessed. See, that's Carl Bernstein. This one's absolutely. Read this one. Can we read this one? Save the list. No. Well, you get the gist of it today. I'm not going to deal with boxes. Have it, my friend. We've all enabled situation. Democrats turn on Biden's inner sanctum. Senior of Biden has grown more strictly. And they're blaming Jill. Telegraph. Jill Biden takes flack for urging Joe. And why? Because Jill's the one. Everyone thinks it's Obama. No, I think it was Joe. And I think it was largely
Alright,
No, I think it's most. I think Jill Biden is telling him what to do. And is effectively the de facto president. The reason she doesn't want him to bow out is because she loses power. What was it? Fox News played that clip of her saying "See, say, Podway" or whatever. Man, she really. Reports Joe Biden's under fire from top Democrat donors to advise the president out of the race. First Lady, who's been married to Joe since 1970, on Sunday, due to attend several fundraising events along. I just want to say some donors said they were skipping an event in the Hamptons after Mr. Biden's disease on Thursday night. Lots of pleas. We're not telling him to step aside. I'd like to just picture for you. Joe Biden. He's at home. And his hands, you see the thing he does where his hands are like in a weird grip, and he's doing the polio thing where they're out front of him. Looking like a zombie. He's just pitter-patting around confused. And Joe walks in, grabs his hand and says, sits them down and says, "Do you want Coke?" "No, ice cream." "Yeah, okay." He ain't there. Everybody knows. Jill Biden, phone call. "Is he ready for the debate?" She picks him up. She walks him outside, and Joe goes, "Ice cream." "That's right, Joe." His head in this picture. Jill Biden is the one. Jill Biden is setting him up. Jill Biden is a demented old man. Not an insult. I'm not saying demented to him. I'm saying he's a man suffering from dementia. He is demented. And she's putting him in front of TV positions, and it's insane. Absolutely. Give me the events. And I say, so be it. Got some other stuff. Got this, Rick Carlson. Rick Carlson says, Biden is bad on it. Too many prominent Democrats have suggested he's brain damaged. It's funny because we've been saying that forever, but sure. Can't walk it back. They have to remove it. They will. The only question is when. They're smart, they'll do it immediately. If Kamala's going to the nominee, she might as well be president first. The question of Trump sentencing. Biden's collapse makes a much more perilous moment for us. At this point, Trump is not just the Republican candidate, but effectively the presumptive president. You're going to put him in jail. It better be for a serious crime that everyone agrees committed. Okay. I added the actual. Otherwise, you risk destroying the system completely and forever. You're in legitimate danger. Democrats need actual.
I'm in danger.
It's funny because you know, I am kind of shocked because I predicted this back in November. When I did the and I was trying to figure out the title, and I was like, just to the he's saying like this. Hey, I want to say, I know. And I said, no, Biden is not the nominee. That's my bet. And time went on. March. Like, well, now I guess I'm gonna run this. Maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe I was right the whole time. It's not like I'm the only one who thought this was the case. Many people thought I'd be Joe Biden. I mean, Joe Rogan's been saying for what? Years now? Joe Biden's brain is fried. Jello flopping around in the old bag of Biden. Popping Jello. So I don't know how they run this guy. Obama has been mentioned. He's putting Gavin Newsom. He babied Joe Biden. Here's the story. They always do that. Barr said Biden appeared vigorless at the debate and suggested it's time to decide. Let's do this. What is an open convention and West News? Here, minutes into the first presidential debate of the 2020 election, Democrats are worried. Blah, 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 we all. Here we go. Ned clinches it. I'm voting for Big Tapper. Haha, jeez. Alright, so how did an open convention work? Performance sparked questions about what options Democrats. Biden, to be sure, has shown no indication of that. No supporters of Atlanta, let's keep going, short of the debate. Biden's performance prompted some Democratic strategists to fund the idea of an open convention. These days, conventions act as a ceremony for the primaries. But in the past, conventions were where the nominee actually decided. However, Biden won the vast majority of primaries. Those people are pledged, not necessarily required, to back Biden at the Democratic National. Current rules state that delegates elected to the National Convention pledged to a presidential candidate shall in good conscience reflect the sentiment elected them. So if Biden were to drop out, up to the Democratic Party moves to replace him, competition, nomination at the convention with him. If Biden did drop out of the race, his support would likely fall to Harris. Other options, and Newsom, Pritzker, Governor Michigan's Gretchen Whitmer. Convention risks divide the Democratic Party and reduce it to chaos. No unifying force rally around. Additionally, unless Biden drops out, it's hard to imagine enough delegates bring their support. It appears unlikely that Biden will drop out of the election with less than 2 months to go. I'm not so sure. I want you to imagine this. These delegates They're going to go.
650,000 to build one.
They're going to say, I
4,000 an hour upkeep.
and they're going to say, back Gavin Newsom. I think there's a strong possibility we see maybe another open convention meeting. They say, okay, everybody, we're going to open a field to other people. They know Joe. I think we might actually see Joe Biden at the convention, and people start. That's the news there on the ground, and Democrats stole it from Democrat Bernie Sanders. Clinton said nope. I don't know what's going to happen. Part of me definitely feels somewhat that New York Times article that was we've all you think highest level Democrat voter may be ignorant and willing to believe stupid garble. Cheap fakes. People learn the show. And the smart. I kind of feel like, yeah, they use third grade reading level language. Act with the low denominator vote. What is their plan? Perhaps the plan might be the swap him out of the minute. Like Gavin Newsom. But I'm not so sure Gavin Newsom. Let's take a look at 538. And we've got on a single one of these all loses, Klobuchar loses, Shapiro loses, Judge loses. They all between a rock and a hard.
To bring you a special news
But it's
increasing areas of forest are
for now,
engulfed by
I
fires.
think the
thick
consensus
smoke
is
rising from the fire
Biden doesn't want to
makes
drop
the air dangerous
out
to breathe.
as no truth.
Citizens are advised
Democratic
to vacate
Party.
any premises
Not
near
sending.
the fires and remain at a safe distance.
I'll leave it there.
until
Next segment's
emergency
coming up at
services
1.
manage to get the
Thanks
fires
for
under
hanging.
control.
Dun, 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 dun.
It was the worst day in American history. Day in infamy.
If you've joined us today for the insurrection, please make sure you pick up a promotional leaflet on the way in, stay inside the safety cordons at all times, and if you get lost, speak to one of our Capitol police officers and they'll be sure to take action.
The American people deserve to have an answer in the courts for the upcoming election. The public has a right to know things about what happened on January 6th or what we did this year.
The day Joe Biden. Orange.
President Trump wrote up said the sentence. That's what he said either.
So who? Straight.
President. What was it, Joe?
It was just a joke. Or was it?
That was all. Hi, President.
Orange. You black.
What's going on, everybody? Jeremy here. I have news for you today, obviously. Also, daily live. 1 Eastern time. Tune in over cast. Sorry. Yesterday, I think we reached peak broken Joe Biden. It was like literally like weekend at birth. I'm not exactly sure what in the heck they were thinking, but they slapped a coat of paint on the man because apparently he looked too pale sitting next to Donald Trump. I don't know. And he ended up, now obviously a lot of the pictures you're seeing on the internet, I think, have the contrast turned up. I think. Probably the saturation. If this feed is real, I see, I guess, if you can't feed them, join them. All you can do is just, this is how we looked up. Now, I have seen many pictures, many faces. You should see Joe Biden's new rollout with the Trump cloth. Here's a before. Joe Biden became more orange than Trump.
Pretty much.
This, I'm sure this is a lighting issue, right? There's no way they put on 4K paint that quickly. You see here a different picture, but he obviously he lost that debate so badly. His handlers were like, "What can we do? Let's just make him look more like Trump." I can't think of a single. Because this, no one had to say a word. Siemens carefully considered framing and lighting, and effectively conveyed its intended perceptions, fragility, dominant visual content. This is why we got them. The left is so upset, so coping, that they are literally blaming the lighting. I don't think the lighting made Joe Biden say, free Medicare. What? I don't think it was the lighting.
Tyron, stop it.
Or the perception. Perspective. English much? I don't know. Biden was so looking pale as a ghost. Again, whose fault is that? Right? Trump was filmed straight on, not looking his usual shade of tangerine, but more like marmalade. Biden is a man of honor, integrity, resilience. Trump is a Trump. 23,000 likes? 23,000 likes going over the lighting! This is how bad this debate went for Joe Biden. It broke his team so bad. It broke the left so bad. They are, you see, I believe you're exactly correct. I work in stage design, lighting technique, Broadway. I studied it very carefully last night. From my observation, I produced a diagram of the stage setup. What in the heck? What kind of level? This is the level of that we had never seen. Never, ever seen. I mean, you took someone, he had to Google the stage setup and create this diagram where he thought lights were. And by the way, all of this is the theory that CNN, okay, the network that has for Biden, has swept for Biden last 4 years, suddenly thought, yeah, let's get him with the lighting. I've never, this is a nuclear level. Now you see here, a freshly orange painted Joe Biden admits what everyone knew. The purpose of the Trump trials was to, dissuade people from voting for him. American people deserve to have an answer in the courts before the upcoming election. Now, because of today's decision. I wonder if he whispered at him.
Not a joke.
Didn't do that. Oh, he isn't. Yeah, put the pipe thingies there, huh? Pretty sure he said, stand down and go home. Pretty sure he never said, come do this. Pretty sure he didn't tell people to law. That just, quite frankly, never happened. This is, and by the way, does anybody on the planet seriously raise your hand? I can see all the way across the internet. Do you genuinely care about J6 anymore outside of the imprisonment of American citizens by a tyrannical regime? Does anybody actually care? Yeah, some people got out of that day. They went a little too far. Like 50 people. Okay? And you know what? If you broke things or you damaged property, I support you getting the appropriate ticket. Okay? Just like I would support all those Free Palestine people who seem to be storming state buildings like they're going out of style. And break the law. I support it. And, application of whatever relevant, laws stand around. I think that's totally fine. What I'm most concerned with, the hundreds of people that have been charged, in my opinion, as surrogates for Trump, trying to get Orange Man. Biden unveils look and campaign slogan, make America superb the second time. By the way, I have an unbelievable Mike gaffe for you as well. That the fact checkers on Twitter desperately trying to bury as well. Washington is in an attempt to shore up an abysmal group rating poll numbers before the 2024 campaign season begins. In earnest, President Joe Biden has unveiled a revamped approach to seeking re-election, including orange hair and skin, as well as the new campaign slogan, make the United States superb a second time. MTSAS. What? Oh yeah. What's that? Builder to Bergen. What's up, Bergen? Biden shouted while wearing a baseball cap and blazoned with the slogan at a press conference. Listen up, folks. Here's the deal. If you elect me, re-elect me, once again, re-elect me another time, I'm going to take a hard line on this immigration stuff. I'm going to build a barrier thing. The border, and I'm going to make the American people pay for it. Harvin's a bigging. Of course, within the Biden campaign announcement, even necessarily minor factors like lagging economies, skyrocketing crime rates, and urban areas, soaring inflation, lackluster job market, record high energy prices, and overall disapproval of the country. Sometimes it's nice to change things up a bit. Said Biden strategist against the strat. Obviously, this is from the Babylon Bee, but Joe Biden has become more orange than Trump. I don't know. I suspect his orangeness varied based on your TV saturation levels. But very obviously had some orange. Obviously, because you can look at this is just from hours ago. How much did the debate hurt Biden's re-election bid? New poll offers insight. Republican and Donald Trump has edged ahead. Donald Trump, of Democrat Joe Biden, 41%, 8%, the aftermath of the candidates' rancorous debate last week, according to an exclusive USA Today of the poll. Narrow advantage has opened since the previous survey in May, with the two contenders tied at 37%. How you go from, I guess, parties in the case. It's a pretty significant bump for Trump, 3 full percentage points. Obviously, I think people in the campaign would like to see it closer to 12. But there's a lot more debates to happen, or at least one more. Finding signal like close contest, but not a decisive lead. Difference in the support and the shift since the spring are within the errors, plus or minus percentage points. The new survey of 1,000 registered voters taken Sunday by landline and cell phone. The result changing the standing of third-party candidates. Independent RFK at 8% and 3 others at about 1%. Other findings in the poll raised red flags. I know and had been won by his fault. CNN debate last Thursday. The survey, 41% of Democrats said they want Biden to be replaced with a ticket. Not gonna happen. We're stuck with it. And then we got this absolute gem. Ready for this? Breaking Joe Biden reads, quote, end of quote, again during.
Here's what she said. He is now a king of all. Here for our democracy, I dissent.
No, I think that one was
Just so people
part
know
of the discussion.
how hilarious that is.
Did that on
It was a
purpose.
teleprompter. Yeah, that's the only time it had quotation marks. And at the end of the quote, it says, like, likely in parentheses, end of quote. And he read that. The fact checkers are, well, the caption is facts. It attempts to mislead the reader. Here, over the president quoting the Supreme Court Justice's word.
Yeah, it
And
was,
to
it
say
was
end
intentional.
quote. No, it wasn't. I'm sure he was not supposed to. I mean, people could say, oh, he was supposed to end quote.
I'll kind of
because
split
he was quoting
hairs.
Someone else. Maybe. Nobody's giving this guy the benefit of the doubt. Whoa, Joe Biden slammed for his Trump-style makeup during remarks. SCOTUS immunity ruling just days after debate disaster. And they're just coping. Joe Biden enjoys the exact same immunity that Donald Trump does, Jerome Obama does, all previous. Right? His cope was that it was the last play that they had to try and put President Trump in jail. That was the last thing they had up their sleeve to stopping him far down the rabbit hole. That's why. Open and seething because that was it. They really thought that affair prison, and it failed. Video, if you did, make sure you leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe and follow out.
Oh, you gotta give it that pop. Spit on that thing.
Oh, go figure. What's that?
Two.
First thing I do is I say, well, you know what I mean? Just look at it. Just look at it.
What the heck is that?
What's that about?
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Spit on that thing. Spit on that thing. Weird.
What is it? That road victory. Last year, in terms of big W, massive, needed boycotting of and against, maybe go a little too far. There, Bud Light went too far, paid the price. The price that they're still paying in 2000. Later, that is not recovered. They may never recover. This year, an interesting story. Factors. Ago, actually, I believe, and there was really not a lot of kind of uproar about it. And it was far worse, far worse than anything that you ever saw online. I know it was generally rural area that nature. Got caught with all sorts of wild propaganda in the break room. The final push back on it. It went from stock price of 200 share, dropping 60, about $2 to $3 billion loss.
Sure.
After getting absolutely pummeled in the market, they issued this apology Friday. Statement from Tractor Supply. Tractor Supply is focused on one thing. Big life out here. Every day are 50,000 teams. Our customers, family. These we call home. Passionate about neighbors. Because without you, we would not be who we are. It's imperative. Love. What it does, we invested millions of dollars in veteran costs. All this is sweeping. But for the truth, veterans and veterans causes, emergency response, farmers markets. We've also invested in the future of rural America. We're the largest supporter of FFA and have a long-standing relationship with 4-H and other nations. We are to live up to our mission and value. Blah, 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 blah. Going forward, we will ensure our activities directly to our Bill 1, the data to the Human Rights Campaign. Refocus our team engagement groups, mentoring business out of side activity. Focus on priorities, egg education, animal welfare, veteran causes, and being a good neighbor. Top spot non-business activities like pride festivals and voting. Here's the thing. Any major company, stock market in particular, that's what the stock, like if they're traded on the stock market, they're probably up to shenanigans. This company is a company of time. I specifically told something there. I suspect lots of other people did too. 5, also withdraw our eliminate DEI roles and retire our entire current DEI roles, still ensuring a respectful environment. Draw our carbon emission goal. Focus on our land and water conservation efforts. This was a spectacular win. I can't talking about a publicly true. Not boycotted, and abandoned DEI, abandoned lobbying, abandoned everything that customers had a problem with. You're going to listen to our customers and trust confidence in us. Utmost. As well, incredible. All thanks to Bobby Starbuck and next bit of DEI. Time. Focus writing. This is what boycott panic feels like. There will be a tendency to dunk on tractors and a frustration. Engage in all. Well, let's instead give them credit. They are doing the right thing. Customers, that's what I agree with. Well, I think I would have 100% people going back online in this minute. Online to come up. Oh, yeah, I guess we were just making depending on all this kind of stuff. Pulling this back. I would have definitely said, hey, people should go. I will be going. And, people want to know that saw this. Pass it on. I'll be back. I'm not moment, but I did want to give them kind of positive. Hey, we got over next time any tractor or see roofer well done. Thank you, Tractor Supply. We'll be doing more business in the future. Thank you for making these changes. Vanity. This is what
Chiron, stop it. Chiron, stop it. Did I not say stop it? Lay down.
Good. Okay? This is winning. And by the way, I don't think this has to be left wing. right-wing thing. Be like, hey, if you've got extra money to be backing certain, got certain, be sponsoring pride events. Maybe can you make my solar salts a little bit cheaper? Maybe could I you've got extra money, so maybe since obviously I'm not a farmer, but farmers could use a break on the prices of just about everything in their life.
No doubt about that.
This year, and PR,
Not just farmers, though.
Tractor Supply, which bills itself as the largest, will eliminate high rules, draw its carbon, stops pride events, responds to criticism of activists. What's great about this? Maybe stock market, global money that sponsors out sales for 6 months with all the door sponsors come back and look at I mean, granted, this was like early June was like an all-time high. Yeah, it was June. If we look back 5 days, obviously went down, another down. It's kind of down this morning. Look at all these hit pieces. Tractor Supply, backlash, go retail, by limited high roll, Tractor Supply, backtracks, rolls. I can't see this as anything of absolute win.
I see this as an absolute win.
Absolute win. Common sense. And look, by the way, you guys know me. I'm like, pretty moderate. I actually don't have a problem with
Oh wow, that was much more expensive than I was anticipating.
As I've gotten older and more educated, some of these products, in particular, during this weekend, you got to see some wild stuff that is. I was no longer okay with it. Fine, if it was just a festival to get together with games, normal games, not come over to the pool and do a whole shop game, which is literally going on at this second.
Oh, they won.
Once it turned into that, once it turned into outright degenerate, then it was like, all right,
Look
we
at
can't have it. And I think I'm not alone in that. The fact that it's bowing to anti-algae. It's not like people are saying we want this company to support the company anti-LGBT. We just don't want them to give money to these groups, people that no longer really are spending it in a wholesome way. In a way that is like, most people would be like, hey, I was, for a long time, basically on that way. Event locally for, and that's fine. The problem is, the internet's a thing, and people were starting to find out exactly what was going on at these. And by the way, I know I have LGBTQ viewers, and I suspect they are in agreement. Like, they don't want that. Festivals, they don't want to get painted with a rock of the most ones. And kind of the poop machine.
Yummy poop water.
They want the anti. I nothing.
Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta go pee.
Nothing. I don't think about it. They're just
All right, let's come on. Up here. Up here. Get in. Getting right in my way, dude.
Human being. I don't care who people sleep with. Both like the, sports team, both fans, both Packer fans. Anyway, then that's what I want to hang out and talk about. I mean, if I sit and talk, what they do in their bathrooms? No. Their bedrooms? No. It's just, we can no longer trust these higher organizations. And by the way, all these that are like very disappointed, bad look, probably have never bought anything ever before in their life. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like on it. Yeah, please do subscribe. Oh, what's up? What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the quartering. I know you probably hear it. Maybe you're inside and driving. Roll down. Turn your window. Something like that. There. Well, the Supreme Court has just granted President Trump immunity in terms of when they're acting in an official duty. Going to explain how this breaks down. However, essentially the TLDR, the short is basically ends the last hope at actions. After the last election, after the 2020 election, essentially when a president is acting in their official capacity, they are granted nearly complete immunity. Essentially, they're acting in their official capacity. What is their official capacity? Well, that is where the rub lies. We'll talk about. But as far as I understand the ruling, everything that Trump did, asking for recounts and all this kind of stuff, that would fall underneath that. Also, in a rushing level defeat. I was just consuming a little bit of MSNBC coverage. So amazing. It was just so desperately grasping at. Even so, one of the but at least the public can still hear about how Orange had bad during the sham trial, this main trial. Actually, they can't, as far as I understand it. Anything that they have that touches on conduct or personal private records of Donald Trump while being president may not be admitted as evidence. Absolute immunity, all official acts, all of his government, happened in 2020, kind of stuff, is immune. Essentially meaning, not following it. Trump had several investigations against him. One in New York about property values that he lost. That's as far as I know. Fine. Then there's the hush money trial. Also lost. Will appeal. Neither of these, I don't think, are affected by any case. But their primary outcome is simply money that Trump has plenty of. Then we had Fulton County, or we had the charges that Danny Willis wanted to bring, and Jack Smith wanted to bring. Essentially, his reaction to the previous election, and it appears that they will not be able to. This was the final final straw, their last gasp. They're out of opportunity. Bail him. Other easy idea. In the actual ruling, are some caveats. So, the Supreme Court has sided with President Trump, ruling that presidents cannot be held criminal official actions of the government. Let's use a different president for example. Let me use, everyone's so kind of familiar with the case. Let's talk about Barack Obama. Okay. Barack Obama loved his dream. One of those, was it Yemen? I can't remember. There were Americans caught up in it. That would be a crime, right? Well, because he was acting in his official capacity as the president, he cannot be prosecuted. You're like, dang, well, he should be. Well, that's just another example from the other side of the aisle that would kind of talk a little bit about the level of immunity. Now, a federal grand jury indicted for counts of
70% is the right level.
Following the election. Honey, by the way, have you left a like on the video yet? Never yet. Also, I'll be live streaming 1 Eastern, 12 Central on my apps. Both will be linked in the comment. We're going to go over this in detail and all of the crazy news weekend about, Biden, on the latest polls, the latest, betting odds say, Kamala Harris is up there, now Hillary Clinton is there, Michelle Obama is in there. It's getting so crazy. I happen to believe that there is next to zero chance that Joe Biden will step aside willingly. I just have this feeling. I feel like even though I've only just kind of started I think it'd take a lot for a president to want to give up that level of power. Also, I read that one of his top advisors right now is Hunter, or his wife. Neither of them are going to. Hunter obviously needs him, the president, to protect him from all his prosecution, allegedly. Joe Biden's kind of turned into this evil, kind of like supervillain. Anyway. The indictment claimed that after losing, fired to return it by spreading knowingly false claims, Trump moved to test the indictment based on President, arguing that the president has absolute immunity from criminal action performed within outer abilities, and that the indictment's allegations fell within the duties. The district court denied Trump's holding that the former president does not possess federal criminal any acts. DC Circuit Court confirmed both the district court and DC declined to decide whether it is actually an official act. Hell, under our constitutional structure of separated power, the nature of the president's power entitles the former absolute criminal prosecution action in authority, and he is entitled to at least presumptive immunity from prosecution of all official acts. There is no immunity for unofficial acts. Let's say, he was out, I don't know, something that didn't have to do with doing the job. Lots of examples. Let's say he was dealing or something on the table to get a little extra cash. I don't know, but you get what I'm saying. This case is the first criminal prosecution in its history before the president for actions taken during his presidency, determining whether and under what circumstances such a proceed requires careful assessment of the power under the Constitution. The nature of that power requires some immunity from criminal prosecution during his tenure in office. Well, ultimately, the reason for that is every Republican president that comes in after every Democrat president would try to put the other one in prison. It would be like this never-ending cycle of, trying to take, try to use lawfare, which is what they're using, what they're using against Trump. So, what the only thing that they have left to argue basically is that what he did was an unofficial act, but that's going to be. And here's how Trump responded.
It's a very sad thing that's happening in our country, and it's a thing that I'm honored. In a way, I'm honored. Not that it's pleasant. Very bad for family. Very bad for friends and businesses. But I'm honored to be involved in it because somebody has to do it. I might as well keep going and be the one. But I'm very honored to be involved because we're fighting for our Constitution.
And he's right. The left seems to bend any conceivable way. Look at the immunity hashtag. It is full of 100% opium. A lot of people, obviously, I follow. President immunity SCOTUS. Joe Biden enjoying his absolute immunity after officially declaring. Yeah, I mean, this is the left saying, "Oh, well, you could be." This is again, what's wild is the left is saying, "Oh, well, Trump got to have immunity while he was conducting presidential activities. Well, let's have Joe Biden do something heinous." Obviously, incredible code. As you see here, SCOTUS has ruled of absolute immunity. FJ. Breaking in 6-3 vote, they ruled Donald Trump to be wrong. Here you have now the breaking Supreme Court Rule 6-3. Presidents have absolute official acts in the authority. Again, which will mean that Jack Smith, if he wants to pursue this, have to rewrite the entire thing. Have to come at a completely different angle. Then, the election will be over. As due to the Supreme Court ruling granting Trump immunity prosecution for official acts while in office, J6 criminal case in Washington, D.C. against Trump just crushed. Criminal case in Georgia against Trump will also likely be dismissed. I mean, everything they have, other than getting a little bit of money out of him, not an untrue payment. They did use the system, bend the law, in my opinion, to get money out of the president. See here, Ron Coleman, friend of the channel, lawyer. Last paragraphs of the official SCOTUS immunity decision. Case that poses the question of lasting significance. When may a former prosecuted for official acts of the presidency? Answering that question, unlike the political benches, large cannot afford activity. Read primarily on present exigence. Basically saying, look, we gotta look at the big, not what they're trying to do. The president enjoys full immunity on official acts. Not everything the president does is official. The president is not above the law, but under the system, our system, separated powers, the president may not be prosecuted for exercising his constitutional powers. He is entitled to at least immunity. You see this? They send the J6 stuff back to lower courts. I can't see this as anything but an absolute win, other than opium. He doesn't have complete immunity. I think that really complete immunity. Huge win for Trump. He has absolute immunity for prosecution for all acts of the president. Yeah, I would say the meltdown is on, boys and girls. It's going to be a fun run-up to the election. Haven't yet, subscribe or follow down below. Stay tuned. I'm sure it's about to get very wild.
Cities.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the and Tim Pool taking petty to a whole new level, a level that I 100% respect. This is what happens when you have like, a level of income that you can kind of do as you see fit. This is basically a mini Elon buying Twitter scenario, and it's one of the most petty, hilarious / awesome things that I've ever been able to. I don't know if Tim has addressed this yet, but I think it's absolutely hilarious. So we start with, first of all, what is a DIY? Skaters will talk about DIY. Essentially, they'll trespass on property that they don't own and build a skate park. Do I have a problem with it? No, I do not. I don't have a problem with it, especially when it's like city-owned land or abandoned house or whatever. As long as they're not like themselves and suing somebody over it, I don't care. Okay, so DIYs have been around forever. Sometimes landowners, people who own the land, will say, local skate group with them and say, hey, we build a little skate park on your property, we promise to sue you. The other thing, obviously liability is a thing. When I was younger, 16, 17, there was a farmer that had a storage unit. He would let bands practice there. So, drinking too much, and that's if I lost that. That's the way every one of these goes. That happens. It's great. People push it too far and it goes. But from the spirit of things, I don't have a problem with DIY parks. Now, if we go back to August 21st, this is a 1 year long event. August 21st, 2023, there was a local skate competition in Martinsburg, which must be near Liz. And he said, I'm committing $20,000 towards prizes at the local DIY skate jam best trick contest. $12K first prize, $6K second prize, $2K third. Richie Jackson was judging. I've done nothing to organize this. I have no idea how it will even be possible. It's going to be fun. So basically reaches out and says, hey, there's a little skate jam thing. Here's a pile of money, probably more money than any skater would ever dream of getting at one of these type of events. And of course, what did they do? They rejected. Okay. So he had immediately 1 hour later canceled his $20,000 donation. Then canceled. We are canceling the prize pool. Trust me, the payoff is going to be so. Just stick with me here. We are canceling the prize pool. Organizers have rejected the offer. So you're running a little DIY skate park. You offer somebody out of left field offers 20 grand in prizes. They probably didn't have any prizes. And you deny it. Why? Because you don't like it. Cool. Sorry to everyone who hit me up and was excited about it. I'm going to try and buy land nearby and host a skate event later. New team because of our event soon. Hopefully in a week or two. I don't know if you have so the left was like, haha, dunk, haha. People act like Tim doesn't skate. Tim has skated a long time. So of course, without asking anyone, Tim Pool is giving $20,000 to the winner of the skate competition. Organizers say no thanks. We don't need to be flooded with beanie bros looking to make a quick buck. Tim Pool now wants to buy his own skate. By the way, none of that is no problem. First of all, if they want to reject his money, that's their right. Tim Pool wants to start his own skate tournament. That's totally within his. What if I told that instead of starting his own skate tournament, he just bought the land that the DIY skate park was on? He bought the land out from underneath the people who had the DIY skate park on. I mean, that is epic. And the DIY, which the skate park has a Instagram, and they put out the most legendary of copes yesterday that I've ever seen. And it's just, some people are saying, you know, ha ha ha, they don't like Tim and you know, self, you know, into blah blah blah. Okay, you know, again, I think they had every right to turn down his money. You know, that's 100% fine. But they turned it down because they don't like Tim Pool, not because they didn't need the money. If we go to their Instagram stories, they posted this yesterday. On August 21st, 2023, Tim Pool, a prominent right-wing podcaster, inserted himself to the 10th anniversary skateboard event contest at Martinsburg DIY skate park. Again, the reason I explain what a DIY is so that you would understand now that Tim has got his epic revenge, that these skaters didn't own the park and they didn't own the land it was on either. So they were artificially gatekeeping. So on this 10th anniversary event, a contest at the DIY with the idea of committing a total of $20,000 prize money for first, second, and third winners. This self-insertion was without the guidance or knowledge of the local skateboarder who led to the DIY spot. To avoid possible negative attention, that would be associated with Tim Pool, the money was refused. Tim Pool was barred from attending the event by local skaters. So I want to say, first of all, this is why I don't care, and I hope that he burns it down. But it's the first part of that statement to actually understand. Hey, we're like this small thing, and we don't want to like just here to skate. And we don't be having some thing involved. Thanks, but no thanks. Then on top of that, they banned Tim Pool from ever attending it. That tells you that they're lying that they do in fact. It's all about Tim Pool. So then they put the screenshot on committing prizes toward the skate jam, which we talked about previously. Then they go on to say the Martinsburg DIY skate park was an unofficial skate park. So the property owner, unaffiliated with the local skate scene, the head locals, DIY skate park, were in contact with the property owner and even had permission to continue to use the land for skating and minor obstacle development. Essentially, commies get blown out. These are a bunch of communist LARPers squatting on someone else's property who gave them permission, okay? And now they're getting. This is the payoff. I hope you made it. On September the 11th, so now they can literally call it their 9/11. They can literally call it their call it their own personal 9/11. Okay, whatever. On September 11th, 2023, only 21 days after Tim announcing his involvement in the event, 310 Raleigh Street, West Virginia, which held the DIY spot, bought for $850,000 by Will of the People Production LLC. Will of the People Production LLC is solely owned by Tim Pool. Tim Pool bought the land which resided the Martinsburg DIY skate park, which devastated the Martinsburg skate scene. Oh my God! This is what you get. Like, oh, you tried to bully him. Oh, now that you did that, he just went to the property owner and bought the land off him. Continues. Tim Pool was so offended that his offer was unaccepted that he felt the need to try to dismantle the Martinsburg skate scene by using his monetary advantage. You may be able to buy out our, but you cannot buy out our scene. Again, as far as I know, Tim has not banned these commie LARPers from that park. And then I realize that some of you who follow me have been skating with this person, even helping generate content for social media and websites. They're talking about you. Ask yourself, why someone with no time feels the need to co-opt our event and real community members have worked hard on it. As far as I know, Tim's lived 10 years now. About 5 years probably. Why does he feel the need to commandeer a DIY? that has been here for years. All you had to do is take his 20 grand, bro. All you had to do is take his 20 grand. If your response is that he's making the spot more accessible, you're ignoring his disgusting, very public, and here we get the truth, attitude towards LGBTQ community, as well as our LGBTQ skaters who deserve our support.
AAIP and sometimes why.
Discrimination. Trying to skate at DIY, which is open to all skaters for a year long. I don't care. That's why I say get wrecked, Tommy Lark. To the tweet that brought this attention to me. Tim Blue bought the land that DIY was built on. Locals did not have money for a skate event they didn't want Tim to be a part of. You see, I'm going to mute. The craziest part is the locals could literally say this is their own. You're out of your mind if you think I'll be destroying my peace by arguing with strangers in my mentions. I mean, again, it's a self-funded skate park where locals chip in their time and money to obstacles for themselves. But here's the other important. Is he denying the use of the land to them? No. But imagine your childhood bully buying your house and allowing you to live there. I mean, what an incredible... I don't know if he made a video about this. I don't know. Like, I understand Tim. Tim's still at that phase of his life, I think, where he thinks that these people will accept him. I don't know. I went through this with Magic the Gathering, obviously. The leftoids, hated me in the Magic the Gathering community. It was a game I loved and had been playing since the game came out in 1993. Most of these people had a problem with me. Weren't even born in 1993. But they rose to power and was host. I got banned and I was unwelcome at events. And that's just how it happens. Sometimes you lose. And these dorks will never, I'll say this. I will play Magic the Gathering with anybody. Communist, far leftist, I don't care. LGBTQ, none of that matters. In fact, I have played. It's only one side that uses the other. What do you think that is? Epic job, Tim. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to like on it. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe. Follow down below. Talk to you guys.
Major breaking news, history unfolding. Supreme Court has ruled that Donald Trump, nay, that presidents enjoy absolute immunity for official acts. Assumption of immunity for acts that are within the scope of their office, and no immunity for unofficial acts. This is major breaking news. And got the ruling. Now, we're hearing justices. Once again, they're making the insane argument Donald Trump could assassination of a political rival and claim immunity for done so. Well, I tell you this, there's a modicum of truth there, in that Barack Obama did actually kill American citizens. So that I am indeed concerned. As of right now, we have this massive breaking story, and for this, I am bringing you a special segment live. Thank you, our super chats. So smash that like, subscribe to this channel, share the show if you remember at go or so. And of course, we're seeing absolute down from those who don't understand the ruling, did not read it. So not only give you the official, breakdown, I will actually talk about it. But I will stress, shout out to Chamberlain, accurately called out and said this will be the correct. General idea here, President, anything you do and your constitution is you can't be criminally charged without saying. Anything you do that is an official action taken as president, which is in the periphery of your official duties, you have the presumption of immunity. Outside the confines of your official such. They didn't actually answer the question as to what Donald Trump did on January 6th. And was official. Their Supreme Court could not issue a ruling on that. They have no choice back to lower courts and say, you need to break this out and make a determination as to whether or not what you did on J6 is official. Again, that question will come up to the Supreme Court maybe in 2 years. Now, one of the issues at hand, Jack Smith, other prosecutors, pushing these cases through, having asked fun questions. Supreme Court is like, dude, you guys aren't doing your due diligence. I'm loving the response, however. We'll bring because it's all coming in real time. Hear from the president can assassinate his rivals. Let's read this for now. Getting your super chats, we will read this. We have this from Fox News. Immunity case. Supreme Court rules ex-presidents have financial protection from prosecution. Issue before the Supreme Court stemmed special counsel Jack Smith's election interference case against former President Trump. 6-3 decision. Court sent the matter back down to a lower court, as the justices did not apply the ruling. Not former President Trump's prosecution actions related efforts to overturn the election. President enjoys immunity is unofficial acts. Everything the president does is official. Quote, the president does not. Congress may not criminalize the president's conduct in carrying out the responsibilities of the executive branch of the Constitution. The system of separate powers designed by the framers has always been an energetic, independent executive, he said. Let's do this, my friends. We have here the actual, and I'll give you a little overturned. Supreme Court 6 arguing 20 were decided. Read this for you just a little. But this is help. Trump's immunity. Now hold on. This throws back J6 trial. Doesn't mean he's immune from that. It means he does have immunity. But the media was lying to you. Justices are not smart. This means, and we're gonna have to bring it down for you. Federal grand jury indicted former parties. Federal grand jury President Donald J. Trump 4 counts for conduct that occurred in the presidency following the November 2020. Indictment alleged that after losing an election, Trump conspired to writing knowingly false claims of collecting, counting, and certifying against votes. Trump moved to dismiss the indictment based on presidential. The president has absolute criminal prosecution for actions from outer perimeter. Indictment's allegations dealt with duties. District Court denied Trump's motion to dismiss, and former presidents do not possess federal immunity acts. The circuit affirmed. Both the District Court and the DC Circuit declined to decide whether the indicted conduct is acts. That's their first held. Under our constitutional structure of separated powers, nature of presidential power entitles a former president to absolute immunity. Actions within his conclusive and preclusive constitutional, and he is entitled to presumptive immunity from prosecution for all his official acts. There is immunity on official acts. This is the first criminal prosecution in our history of a president for actions taken in the presidency. Determining whether and under what circumstances prosecution requires careful assessment of presidential power. The nature of that power requires former presidents have some immunity from criminal prosecution in office. With respect to the president's exercise his 4 constitutional powers, the immunity must be absolute, and for his remaining actions, he is entitled to at least presumptive immunity. The word immunity, you say it over and over and over again, that's the word. Talk too fast for myself sometimes. Article 2 of the Constitution vests executive power in a president of the United States, of the president, duties of unrivaled gravity and independence. This we understand. Slow it down for you, okay? This is plainly obvious, okay? You cannot charge someone for what he's constitutionally required to do. The question then comes to, what is an official act? Trump's arguing that what he did on January 6th, select, met with the president, talked to him about state legislation. I make this argument. It is sworn duty of the president must do this. He absolutely must. Donald Trump, as president, confronted with a potential for fraud from states, Texas filing a law report against him. It would be a dereliction of duty for the president to various Republican state bodies had complained that the Constitution, it is an obligation for them to investigate and to demand law. Said, I think there are interesting questions about, say, Trump calling Athens first, saying votes. Democrats will frame it as saying fake votes. No, Trump is saying there's here. Just go through them, recount whatever. Now, is that? I'm not so. But the core of the times is that Trump won and make their case. I would think. The idea being state legislatures that was the case. No. Governor said, "No, I'm certified regardless." State body said, "Hold on." Changed that petition. That video was one case. Did a lawsuit. And we said, these guys are right. Lower court upheld universal mail-in voting constitution. And the higher court said, no, don't care. And Texas sued. These questions it really is amazing. And I'll give you the final thought. Roberts. They go into great detail about these various cases and this case poses a question of lasting significance. When may a former president be tax taken presidency? Answering that question, unlike the political tensions and large the court to fix it. Even primarily, President exigence. Enduring separation of powers principles guide our decision. Case. President enjoys no immunity. Official. President does not. I'm going to pause right there and say, under our system, powers, President may not be prosecuted. Powers. Title to presumptive immunity. Prosecution. And immunity lead to all occupants. This is above the law. My friend, when you literally write, you can't prosecute a president for statement of fact. President's job is the upholder of law. That there is law by law. What I mean to say is, not criminally prosecute a sitting president for his impeach him if official duties are high crimes. Congress, that is the balance of powers. After Congress is, and I'd be mad that even after a guy challenges, not because all each other. That being said, the president does people work on. Many people that qualify their Republican. I mean, come on, no one is emotional. First of all, we have political corruptions. There's a lot of people of the law. Now let's jump over here. Jay Collingwood says Sotomayor is straight up bat-ish. Swear here. We have the dissent, the opinion. So it's just see how many times the word assassinate appears in the months. Here we are in the This one, I believe, is Sotomayor writing. On the fate of this particular prosecution, long-term consequences of today's decision are effectively creates a long zone around the president, upsetting the status quo. Certainly. This new official act's immunity now lies out like a weapon. Any president that wishes to play his own political survival, potential gain about the nation. President of the United States, powerful person in the country, possibly the world. He uses his official powers in any way. The majority's reasoning now will be insulated from criminal prosecution. Orders the Navy SEAL 6 to assassinate. Organize a military coup to hold immune. Takes a bribe in exchange for immune. Out. Reading this, painfully obvious, this is not a well thought out and reasoned argument. This is a hysterical immune. What? Write me your thesis, lady. Give me an essay. Don't binge. But let the president apply the law limits trappings of his and let him use. So why would any of that allow him? That he may one day face liability. Might not be his but that is the majority. Hey, still. Conviction and following your real world. If these nightmare scenarios never or they never do, damage has been done. The relationship between the president and the people he serves has shifted irrevocably. In every use of official power, the president is the law. That's really amazing. I want to jump to the open paragraph, see what's their actual heart. Birdie. On what page? Wow. I think the dissent. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. I'm not a big hacker. Right? Sotomayor. Lots. Happy here. And she clearly has no understanding of what. It's kind of scary. It's weird. I wonder if you could take like your average conservative commentator, and then the left is going to say, "You really think you know better than a?" Yes. Just because you were appointed to a point, know how that operates. You know, Hunter Biden was put on the board of Burisma. I'm not going to go ahead and assume he knows how to speak Ukrainian and how Ukrainian energy for that. Sotomayor being in the Supreme Court does not mean she understands. It does not mean she can understand how she would have felt if she did breakfast yesterday. You know,
I love that he's making that into like a meme.
Sotomayor, Hagan, and Jackson joined dissenting. They write, today's decision to grant former president's criminal immunity reshapes the institution of the presidency. It makes a mockery of the principle founded. No man is above the law. What I really love about that? We offer diplomatic immunity to foreigners. What do you mean no one's above the law? Come on. We literally have it in law that there are people who you. We offer up prosecutorial immunity all the time. It's like one of the most common things in say, we will grant you immunity from the law. Give us something in exchange. It's so stupid. Man, it's fun. Relying on little more wisdom. Bold and unhesitating action by the president. Anti-theory, blah, blah, blah. Gives former President Trump immunity he asked for it. Answering for entries as tax items. It does. You have to impeach the president. The mechanisms are. The indictment contains a stark portrait is desperate to stay in power. It's leading up to January 6th. Up to J6. Then President Trump allegedly spread lies. Outcome determinative election. It actually won. That is something that is dozens of courts. Trump allegedly pushed officials in certain states to ignore disenfranchise millions of voters, dismiss legitimate electors, ultimately cause the ascertainment of and electors in his favor. That is what's at stake right now. They have not yet issued information. He was in, actually, I'm sorry. He was impeached and case closed. This is what's really scary, I guess. What's scary is that of these charges, Congress and the Supreme Court, even though Trump was double jeopardy. Well, no one ever accused these people of being smart. She's arguing that the assassination of a rival is an official duty. Saying very wordy dissent. Jackson dissent. But they're all as equal. Sotomayor dissenting. I want to grab her up. Maybe she'll wrap it up. Coherent. That's in just a second. You were a lot.
They had disasters turned off.
She is pissed. There's Jackson. All right, there we go. Jackson's this. And a single-minded fixation on the president's need for boldness.
I could have swore I turned off disasters.
The countervailing need for accountability. Framers were not so single-minded. Papers after endeavoring to show the indicative design by the Constitution. Question. It also combines safety, public consent, a due dependence on the people, due responsibility. Yes, it's part of execution, common course. After today's, never in the history of our republic has a president had reason to would be immune from prosecution, trappings of his office. However, our presidents will be the occupant of that office misuses official criminal law. The rest of us I will not provide backstop. Therefore, democracy. Let me tell you why we need this. Actually. Let me do this. I will Google your law still. LegalZoom. Top craziest. Plain you one. It is it. Alright. Let's see this. It's concerning man's best friend. If you're a dog owner, be sure to take care not to violate first lawsuits. If you're playing a short stint in Hartford, Connecticut, I want to keep your dog's obedience training under wraps. It's against the law. You don't. In some places, it's the law to expose your dog to smoking. Give lighted cigarettes to your pets. You enjoy good time. You happen to stay in normal. Train yourself from teasing dog. He faces, you guessed it, that kind of behaviors again. You don't want to against the law. Probably years ago, there was a dog. The guy was going in and got pissed and fighting people. The guy argued if he wasn't agitating my dog, anything. They said, okay, okay, guys, no more knocking dogs or okay, can we be? It means that someone can is utmost idiocy or deceit. Criminal law changes every single day, and who enforces we're still in the book. Same. Federal level, the president is the executive. imagine Donald Trump says, I'm going to, I don't know, the military.
Alright, guys. That's it for today. We'll keep the simulation running for a little bit, but we're done with the live stream, so have a good day, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.